Yo, what's going on? It's your main man. Let's get your hand on my pocket here. Got my artwork in the back. We just starting off, so be patient with me, YouTube. Be patient with your boy. We trying to combine activism and consciousness, knowledge and wisdom, respect and respectability, accountability. That being said, today's segment is the making of a slave, LeBron James. Now, as you all know, everybody on the planet knows LeBron James is in Los Angeles now. He's a Los Angeles Laker right now. People are excited, that he's out west. This is his third team, and he's obliterating all the rules. I respect him for that. People have a particular will. They talk about not reinventing the wheel, things of that nature. And you go with your spirit, though. You go with what you respect. So I could appreciate that. What he's doing. I definitely can appreciate that he's not letting anybody control him. And that's one thing the power structure hates. When the power structure hates something, I love it. And one thing they hate is the fact that he's changed the landscape and he's changed the thinking of the NBA. It's the old school. You were the good loyal slave. That you stayed with your team till you got old, fat, and ugly, and you would have loyalty that was not reciprocated in terms of monetary gain, and then after your career was over, a position within the organization. Just ask Patrick Ewing. And that's really what this is about. And questions people don't rise when it comes to uh, racism in sports. That black players who made an organization great and was great with that organization 10, 15, some 20 years, and they're not an official part of the organization, a power position within the organization, and there's only few, and whites have to sit around a table. I'm understanding, y'all. I just want y'all to understand this. There is a table that exists that whites sit around and decide what black people are going to come to the table. Once they decide who it is, then they make an offer to you. You know what I mean? It's not always skull and bonish, you know. Where it's like you gotta prick your blood and we take a sample of your blood and then this contract here you write in your blood. It's not always like that. I'm sure there's cases like that, but it's not always like that on certain levels. And for my basketball heads, for my people who follow the sport, you know of Elgin Baylor in this position he had with the Clippers. He was general manager for a long time. They sucked all them years, but he was a good loyal slave, and he was considered one of the greatest ball players ever. Not a championship winner so much, but individually he was awesome. You know what I mean? And throughout the generations, another player stepped up and was the guy, and Elgin was the guy of his time. And he had a position with the Clippers. I don't think he ever played for them, but he had a position with the Clippers for a very long time, and they sucked throughout his entire time there. But he was a good loyal slave, and the owner there, Donald Sterling. You guys can check up on him. He was the traditional slave master, and he talked about blacks like they were slaves. You can find the audio recording of him talking about I feed them and I clothe them and I give them cars and I give them money. He treated them like a slave. He talking about his little girlfriend, who was his little side chick. She was exotic, quote unquote. I think she was black or Puerto Rican or something like that, depending on what you identify with. But she most definitely aired him out. And so when she aired him out, it was like, wow, the thinking of the NBA owner, is this how all of you all think? And they really just kept it on him. He became the L. He slipped up. One of his little younglings snitched him out, and he had to take the L for the greater good. He had to take the L. He was getting old, so they cut him. You know, got his team up off him because it was creating an uprising in the NBA, and that's the power we have. Understand? If guys didn't make demonstrations, if the conversation wasn't about what he said and how he acted, and players came together in solidarity, he probably would have kept his team. And it was in the middle, and it was playoff time. And Doc Rivers, piece to that God, he kept the pressure on. He kept talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, you know. And eventually he left out of there. And that's what, respect to him. Now there's levels to this thing. Understand, we speaking from a different conscious level than other people operating. At the same time, like shout out to my man Irritated Genie, he said what really needs to be said. These athletes shut up and play and kick the money down to the brothers and sisters that's on the street so we can do the work. You ain't got to say a thing. Just play. You know what I mean? Not in the context of the crackers when they say shut up and play, just dribble the basketball, don't talk about politics. Like punk ass Dwight Howard when he punked out. 2009, check that out. He said free Palestine, and then them Jews got on his ass, and he was like, my bad, I didn't mean to do that. I was a slave and I spoke out too fast, and I'll never talk about politics again. Sound like a slave. You a grown ass man, bro. You talk about whatever you want to talk about. But see, you no longer you an entity. You see what I'm saying? And so, like Jeannie was saying, you play, get the money, kick it to us. Dude, these guys walk around with $50,000, $60,000 cash in their pocket. They can't trace cash. You got cash money in your pocket. You just, the strip clubs you go to, instead of going to the strip club, just meet one. I'll go to the strip club, meet one of our brothers, pass it off to him, pull a couple dollars up and take the rest. You know what I mean? To where it need to be at, so we can build our communities. Any way you need to do it, brother, we can figure it out. We can figure it out. And the brothers on the ground will control and run everything. And man, listen, won't nobody know where you're getting the money from, because they're gonna want to know, and we're gonna keep it on the hush. You dig? But cats are scared to do that. I heard a story of Mike Tyson getting $20,000 to cash money to a Nation of Islam program. He pulled it out of his pocket. And then eventually he joined the nation. Same thing with Muhammad Ali. I mean, you get scared of stuff, man. And if you would act, and people who support that particular move that you do, we will cover you on the ground. Tell you, everybody support this brother, because he's now looking out for the low-hanging fruit, us. He's not giving it to the Red Cross, Blue Shield, and all the corporate entities where the money cycle right back to them. He's giving it to the hood. So he's doing what he's supposed to do. So keep supporting this brother, because we stay behind him, they can't get rid of him. We stay in a unified front. That's what we got to do business-wise. Which leads me to the topic, the making of a slave. Now, we know the slave making process. Everybody that will listen to this, or if anybody listens to it, we know the slave making process, right? Taken from Africa, we were defeated. Took a long time, but we finally lost. So what they did, spent, man, probably billions of dollars of ships and resources to get blacks over here to build up the country. They was whooping ass over here with our indigenous peoples. Then they went and got us from Africa. So now, we get dropped off to these season farms. All right? Where these crackers can have their way with us. Right? Lose millions in the Middle Passage. Shark migration has changed, because they're throwing people overboard. Our brothers and sisters are jumping overboard like, I'm not dealing with this. Others is plotting and scheming and waiting. Some of them able to get here and set fire to camps and kill masters. And we fought to the brutal end. But again, we lost. And so imagine getting seasoned. Do you know what season is? Nah, not when they sprinkle a little salt on you or whatever. Not paprika on you. Nah. They sprinkling the other stuff on you, man. White boys. Remember, it's all male crew getting all males on a ship to sail back to America. Who knows how long that takes? A couple weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, depending on the weather. People got urges. These people are very demonic. So you can imagine what they do. So through that process, they decide we're gonna have farms where we're going to indulge in our sexual pleasure. Still like that now. Believe me. If you click on some brothers and sisters who, or some brothers and some sisters, but mostly brothers from the NBA who will talk about those types of things going on, they'll let you know, especially in the WNBA. That's already been honored. That's the all lesbo league. They let you know it's going down. Get down and lay down. It ain't but so many spots. It ain't but so many teams. If you want in, let me get in. I don't know with what. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure that out. They call it sex. Yeah. It's not. But the season happens in all the leagues. But basketball is something different. They got to make sure that's going down. They got to make sure no fathers in the home. So when a college coach comes, guess who he is? Daddy. Look at the old stories these players talk about when they're referring to the college coaches. He was like a father figure to me. It's designed that way, man. They're all in on it, bro. They're all in on it. Big time Division One, they don't give a damn about you. Just just listen to the coaches when they're talking about the particular player. There's no glow in their eyes or anything. They don't care. So they end up becoming a father figure. The slave is loyal to the player is loyal to his coach like the slave is loyal to his master. They make sure you don't have a father in the home. If you have a father in the home, it's different. They can't come at you a particular way because they know the male presence is there, and he's gonna be there when it comes to negotiating, and you can't bullshit him, and he's gonna make sure the best will happen. Shout out to Lonzo Ball. Um, so they have that situation going on. Then you get to college, single parent. Stay 1 year, you go to pro. Now it's different. You got multiple daddies, so they have to surround you with different people. Derrick Rose, you come from Chicago, the toughest sides, right? You go 1 year, you get out, drafted by Chicago. Oh, this is the biggest draft pick since Michael Jordan. Oh, it's going down. The man improves in leaps and bounds. No one can imagine how good he got so fast and wins the MVP. No one saw another Chicago Bulls player winning the MVP, and Derrick Rose did it. $100 million contract. West Side Chicago, still going down. Fred Hampton Jr., holding out, save the Hampton House. So you have on the ground entities bereft of benefits and resources, but you got player after player after player. Dwayne Wade coming from Chicago, from that part of town, getting out and not ever coming back. Why? Because he got handlers around him that maneuver him. Everything he do is not him. He's got a chauffeur. He's got someone that gets the house. He has someone in his home to clean the home. He probably got somebody to clean his penis. He don't do his own banking. This is how these guys get robbed. They cash money get handed to them. They're on budgets. And they got publicists to tell them where to go, where to move. They're corporate entities. Even what to say. You ever realize when these players go out and party and get with some girl, get drunk, get beat up, or beat somebody up or whatever, and you hear them in interviews, and then their publicists release a statement, or they release a statement, and they don't sound nothing like them? That's because it's their publicist, man. The publicist is a college-educated Ivy League ass motherfucker. The writes the standard "I'm sorry for being a nigga" message. And they got a little wild, and I apologize to all my fans, especially all the little white boys that look up to me. Because I know this league can't rely on just black money as it is. So, when we get to LeBron, remember LeBron, if you know LeBron is an amazing athlete, physical specimen, but what people don't realize is he jumped from house to house to house in Cleveland, Ohio. That's a very poor city, ransacked by white supremacy. You got cities like Ohio and Detroit and parts of New York and Chicago and Baltimore, cities that were made to be hellholes. But you got some of the best talent out here. That tells you who we made. This tells you what we made of. We're gods, man. There's no other rhyme or reason or discussion that needs to have that the people that come out of these conditions, because they're made for nobody to come out and be great at what they decide they want to do. Whether it be academia, entertainment, sports, politics, whatever you want. So LeBron moves the house to house. Now, one thing, I understand, man. I said this in an earlier video on my Facebook page. Look, you don't get out of here without no damn help. If you were able to get out, quote unquote, the hood, you don't get out without no help. If it's 365 days in a year, I know half them days somebody else fed your ass other than your parents. That's facts. You done stayed at somebody else's house that wasn't your own. Someone that had to help pay your rent. You know what I mean? Somebody bought you some book bags. Somebody bought you some clothes and some shoes. Drove you to school. So you ain't make it out on your own. So you leave and you leave a lot of bitter people who believed and respected you and loved you. And yeah, someone's trying to get on the gravy train, but you left everybody behind. So yeah, they resent it. Man, there's entertainers and rappers right now that can't come back to their hood. Because they done lost their damn mind. And unfortunately, because of the conditions, if you come back and you try to bling out, they rob you. Because they ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing. Now, it's not your fault entirely. You know who I blame the white supremacists. It's always the white supremacists. Forever going to be the white supremacists until we overthrow them. But this is the making of a slave. So I got to break all this down to you. We had LeBron at a young age, going from couch to couch. Young mother, beautiful young black sister, got caught up in the mix. Had a baby young. I think she was 16. Same age as Allen Iverson's mother, I want to say. That she had, and they had babies young. And it's happening all over black America. And that sister did what she had to do. And there's so many stories about different brothers who were around LeBron for a couple years that held him down for a couple years, and then the wife or circumstances changed and they had to move. Dominated in high school, decided not to go to college. It would have been a waste of time. Goes to the pros. Now you look at the physique of this brother, how fast he is, how strong he is. He's a phenomenon. Each generation has bigger, stronger, faster athletes. Things are changing in regards to physical fitness, but this is natural. All this stuff was natural, and now we got the best of the best of the best in terms of sustaining that for a very long time. He may be able to dunk like he's doing right now up until his 40s because of nutrition and the sciences that they have, that he got access to because of his bank account. He's rolling. But he's not someone who thinks for himself. He's got a great management team. He got blacks around him. But understand, Daniel Snyder cuffed all that when he said, "Nigga, how dare you leave me? How you dare you leave me without telling me?" I didn't say you can go, nigga. Y'all know about the decision. 2010. I'm taking my talents to Miami. And you know why he not independent? Because he went back. Now everybody know who's an athlete. You can play anywhere on the planet and always do work at home. When Shaq left LA, Shaq still was doing work out in LA. That's why they loved him whenever he came back. Because he still was in the hood, he still was doing his thing. Now I don't know what's going on with him now. Maybe he just doing what he need to do and still kicking dough down. If he do, peace to the God. You know what I mean? If everybody follow that template in each city, take care of, then it's all good. People handling the money like they supposed to. If you kicking it down, you got programs set up for these youths. You trying to get jobs for the brothers and sisters that's getting out of the joint. They don't have no skills. Mental health institutions and things like that. Feeding children, man. I ain't got nothing to say. Shaq is the man. If he's doing that, I don't know that. It's not for me to know. Some of that stuff he keep on the down low. I get it. But I can only go by what he be saying. And he be going in. So, the back with LeBron, when LeBron leaves Cleveland, goes to Miami, wins a couple championships, loses a lot of times, then he's a free agent. Now, again, piece of the guy working the system. 1 year deals, over and over and over again. 25 million for 1 year, 30 million for 1 year. Y'all know y'all gotta pay me. I'm still the best in the league. Respect. But you still a slave. Why? For myriad of reasons. You're playing in a white man's league on a white man's team with a white man's name on your jersey. Understand that, bro. Understand that. Don't ever forget that. They got total control of your thoughts. I'm gonna hit one point, then I'm gonna hit the next. The two biggest points. One of the biggest points is when he went back to Cleveland. You can go anywhere in the world and do work back at home. He went back saying because the family, all that other bullshit. That's bullshit. Any cracker say that shit to you, like you was a damn slave. If you got any real balls, you slap the hell out of him. But I understand you couldn't because he come out all the money he gave you. So I would say this: I never go back there as long as that dude is alive. I don't care if he sell his team. If he sell his team, I'm still not going back. As long as he's alive, I'm never playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers again. But he went back. Won a championship for him. Etched in stone. The whites are going to know Daniel Snyder got pulled. Why? Because he got a slave that he told was a slave when he left. He came back. Remember that. Yeah, fast forward, rewind, think about it. Think about it. Like, damn, he did the letter that Dan Snyder drafted, had the balls to release, and everybody read it and saw it. And James had to play when they go low. When they go low, you got to go high on some Michelle Obama shit. They can slap us and whip us and shoot us, and we don't never respond. The greatest thing you could have did as a black man at that point is you let that cracker have it. Let him have it. You the best in the league. What they was gonna do? Not sign you? See, the thing with Kaepernick is Kaepernick was on the downside of the screen. He was injured. He didn't perform well. He wasn't performing well in the last few years. And that gave him a reason. It wasn't like he threw 45 touchdown passes. They won the bowl, and he was kneeling the whole time, and now they won't draft him. You know what I mean? So they had some leeway. With you could let his ass have it and still been on the team opening day. But you played high, and you went back. And the mainstream media control the thoughts of the people, right? So if they ain't talking about that in that perspective, we ain't thinking about that. But I am. I'm watching that. So now we get to the school. And people really believe you bought a damn school. People really believe you control and own that school. People really believe that's your school. And the media put it out like that. It's part of the Cleveland public education system. And when you was all up in there in your suit, and I appreciate what you did, bro. I appreciate what you're trying to do. And it's not popular for me to speak ill of the brother for doing the incentives that you had, because that's really what you did. I can respect that. 2 grades. It's still a public school. It's not controlled by you at all, but you're intimately involved, or your money is. I can respect that. The opportunity for fourth and fifth grade black boys, if they continue any progress, because those are very, 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 very important years. If they get out and they decide to go to school, you're gonna pay for their education. I can appreciate that. So, brother also from Philly, shout out to the good doctor Umar Johnson trying to open up a school, and the Negroes can actually compared you to. And Dr. Umar, debunked it brilliantly in regards to the schools and what each other is facing. Public school, where he hired a whole bunch of white women, and he didn't hire. I don't care what the principal looked like. The principal got no control. Any black person in position is no real power, especially if they don't got the community behind it. Because behind and you make a decision, people are scared to oppose it. When you got ground forces to make shit happen, that's how the mob work. That's why people don't do nothing, because they scared to go in their car and turn it on. But we ain't got nothing like that. We just shoot ourselves. But that's something entirely different. It's mind control. We don't control our own minds. We don't have black supremacy. It's basically have control of our own destiny, our thoughts and opinions, the ability to speak truth to power. And so LeBron does what he does with this school. Now the slave mindset would be, hey, I'm considered somewhat of a social activist. People would say, hey, either you're a basketball player or a revolutionary. Which one you gonna be? Shout out to Snoop Dogg. You can be both. Don't let nobody put you in no box. I respect that. You're doing something that no other ball player has done. Jalen Rose has a charter school. He's still controlling it, but the charter school aim is coming to an end. What we need is independent, revolutionary, African-centered schools. That's what Umar's trying to do. If he was any type of real dude, you break off dough to him. Now, I could be in other people's pockets like a little punk, but I'm not. I'm actually trying to do the same thing in my community. That's why I said consciousness and activism. I'm not going to ask you to do some shit I'm not trying to do myself. Now, my pockets ain't as long as yours, because if they was, I would do it. Now, I know we talk about that and say, yeah, niggas, if you had money like that, your ass would be out. No, I have no interest at all to be around white people. None. None at all. Not to roll in their circles, not to drink their wine, not damn sure not to sit at their table. I just want to say, the making of a slave, LeBron James. We can continue to go into the process of making a slave, that when you are signing contracts in the NBA, that is corporate entities, a lot of corporate entities that's tied up into the NBA, people who have bought advertising time, endorsements are there for you. They're apolitical. Why? Because those corporations are heavily involved in politics. They put people in position and they don't want you swaying one way or another the thoughts and minds of people because you're very influential. I follow Jaylen Brown on Twitter. He says a sentence, it gets 4,000 retweets, 2,000 comments. He just says the sky is blue. The dude is not even really that relevant in the NBA. So that's how influential ball players are. So if LeBron went on a revolutionary Twitter rant that would influence the people, i.e. Dr. King, i.e. Oprah, don't eat meat. White women stop eating meat. You see that power they got? They got power like that. Change the economy. Everybody, she can go on one of her shows because the Oprah Winfrey show is over with, but she got her own company or whatever have you. She can just be like, listen, everybody donate $20 to Umar Johnson. White women are throwing, okay. You can make 20 schools overnight. But that's not how the social order works. It's so simple, right? We can just say, go ahead and do that. But when we really were feeling it, when we really had the juice in us, that's an old school term, we would just go and do something. Like, we were like, all right, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. And we do it, and it was successful. But if you tell 100 people, like, 75 of them will be like, oh, that's probably not a good idea. You ain't ready for this. You ain't got this, and it won't work. Cause you ain't. And before you know, you won't do it. But when you was your most indignant, when you felt like, you know what? I'm going to make it happen. We went and did it. And it worked out. So we say what they can't do as black people in the condition that we in, yeah, we can critique their ass. Yeah, we can waste their money. You know why? We the reason why they got that money. You start off on a black platform. Are you kidding me? Ain't no black person making it nowhere without black people co-signing their ass. That's just real. Black people got to co-sign you. That's how they do it. They put it out there. Black people like it. They run with it. If we don't like it, you won't see it no more. It'll just disappear. Oh, black people don't fool with it. Other than Saturday Night Live, the worst show ever in history, there's some shows that just white back. They ain't gonna Seinfeld. There's you back. But most times when we say it's good, especially when you're dealing with entertainment and sports, football and basketball. If we don't co-sign you, done. There's so many black people that like Tom Brady. I don't know how you like a dude that dead ass had a Make America Great cap in his locker room. Was like, yeah, I voted for him, so what? Do something. Straight G-checked him. I'm Tom Brady, motherfucker. Yeah, I voted for Trump. And when We won a Super Bowl and Barack was there, I ain't go. And we won a Super Bowl and Trump is there and I'm going. And I'm shaking his hand with Mr. Orange. Me and Mr. Orange chilling. All praises be to Allah. That's how he carried it. Negroes still talking about Tom Brady the best, man. I'm a Patriots fan. How the fuck is you a Patriots fan? Are you kidding me, man? Like, they outwardly racist. Like, I'm surprised the KKK don't do their damn security. Are you kidding me? They wicked. But that's the thinking of a slave. Celebrity white people go and visit LeBron James' school. It's not LeBron James' school, and I'm not hating, man. It's just dangerous. It's dangerous. It's for the greater good of our people that information like this has to be put out. It's not his school. If white people were supporting it, we're supposed to run the other way, man. See, we still in that thought process that white people solidify it, then it's good, it's legit, it's accredited. No, we accredited. They got you doing these community organizations going to get states and taxes and all this other garbage. You ain't got to do all that, man. Separation. Listen, we are an organization. We do what we want. We collect the money, and we do with the money what we will. Start thinking for yourself. They got you scared to death. That's when you watch TV all day. They got you scared to death. Don't do this. Don't eat this. Don't do this. Don't not have a job. Get your health care. Watch your breaks. Watch the lights. Fleas. Ticks. Don't get your kids shots. The flu is coming. Tsunami's coming. Fear, 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 fear. Turn the TV off. Pick up a book. Pick up your phone, subscribe, get your hand in my pocket on YouTube, and hear your boy tell you it's going to be all right. Find your black mind. And stop in the slaves, man. I know we going to flip. No, I won't even watch the game. I don't want LeBron to win. I don't follow the Lakers no more, man. It's all about the freedom and liberation of our people. This channel got to get popping. I got to bring out the best content. I need y'all to support that. I'm part of an organization that's trying to make things happen in this city. We're trying to build institutions. Shout out to those brothers out there who can spit the conscious jargon at the same time they boots the ground and trying to make things happen. Trying to find the people who are not deaf, dumb, and blind, who are not scared, and willing to stand on their square and tell it what it is. That we have to be creative. We have to be progressive. We have to be fearless. Conscious basketball. Imagine if John Henry Clark revived himself from LeBron James right now with all the money he got. And he sit down with conscious people on the low and they just devise a plan. He get with Minister Farrakhan. Anything. And they start planning and scheming and all that. Make it happen, man. They trying to kill all of us. It ain't going to happen. It's in the scripture. We're going to win. Y'all got to believe it. It's the fear. It's the fear. That's all. It's the fear, man. Once you get over it. Once you get over that fear, you can... Sorry for the glitches, y'all. Support your brother. Trying to build up the audience so I can give the best content. About to be on blackhotfire.com. About to have a show. That's going to be dope. That's going to start probably in November. Check out the radio station for the Albany Cats. 107.3 FM. I got to start dropping a couple SoundCloud podcasts. SoundCloud.com/GYHONP. Check out the content. We on Twitter. We on Facebook. We on Facebook. We on Instagram. We everywhere, man. Get your hand in my pocket. It's here to stay, my brother. My sister. Cracker, if you there. Coon, if you there. Understand. We here. We ain't going nowhere. But remember, I love the brother because he is a brother. But we have to be intelligent in our thinking. We can be critical amongst each other, but in front of the cracker, no matter what the brother's doing, unless he's an outright coon, we defend him. Because it's bigger than just the coon, like i.e. Bill Cosby. It's bigger than that. We one big nigga. They don't differentiate. We think they do, boo. They don't. So when they spray painted nigga on LeBron James' house, they would say, I can still get you, nigga. We can still get you. No matter where you go. No matter where you at. No matter how many houses you got, kids you got, security you got. We can get you. I don't know about all that Emmett Till shit. I don't know. I don't know about all that, but I know they was giving you a message. Man, I just think if you black, just be all the way black. But again, at the same time, I'm not trying to speak out of both sides of my mouth. I appreciate the stance he's been taking on social issues. He has been speaking up. I do believe that you don't have to, and you can just kick us the money so we can handle it. You give us the resources, we'll be able to organize better. You know what I mean? Put people on payroll. You know what I mean? Now we hiring our people, and now we teaching this. Now we have the time to do it. You see what I'm saying? Our families are getting taken care of, and we making change within the city. Shooting hoops and baskets is not just for you and your immediate family, but you helping the entire black city that you're in. It ain't gotta be where I'm at. You know, handle with Cleveland. I know there's grassroots organizations, and I know they can handle it and go out there. We'll figure something out. Make it happen, man. We need you, man. We need all 44 million, everybody on deck. We can't do I don't know, brother. 300 is a lot of people. It'd be awesome if it was in the city. And I think that's some of the things we need to do. Take a 300, go to a small town, take the motherfucker over. Just take it over. RBG everywhere. Listen, we coming in, we taking all the political spots, we controlling all the money. This is Black Town right now. We should do it, but we're organized enough to do it. People don't trust each other. We got a lot to there's a lot of solutions. There's a lot of options. They all can work. We just severely behind the eight ball. And our conscious people, we need everybody on deck. We need y'all out on the streets organizing with the people. I know it's scary, man, because they know you got influence, and if you start doing that, they, hey, man, you got the call, didn't you? If you a faker, get the fuck out. If you got the call, if the supreme being, the triple darkness called you and said, listen, it's your time. Get your ass in this game. You got to do it. LeBron, it's time, man. It's time to start looking at things outside of basketball, outside yourself. Your son's future is pretty well set. Even if he's an average ball player, just because he's your son, just because he got your name, he's gonna get the opportunity. Listen, man, just subscribe to the channel. Get your hand in my pocket. Share it with your friends. Share it with your buddies. More content is coming. BlackHotFire.com. We'll be there in about a month or so. Check that out. Check my man Black Hot Fire. Probably will be on that show doing some promotion. Got a lot of stuff going on in my local town, Albany, New York. Hey, man, we just doing the work, brother. We just doing the work. All right? Stop being a slave. Peace.